chasing my only dream, break from the scheme. Waking up at dawn, all my fears are gone. All stop today, never, never, not today. Step by step I go, faster than the flow. Broke through every chain, I will not be contained.
Good evening, everybody. Man, oh man, what a good time I had tonight. Had some pig and a pig roast. Oof, oof, oof. That thing smoked for 72 hours. Chef's kiss. Oh, so good. Good evening, Tammy. Chris, good to see you. Hiya. Jack Buck, how you doing? Wesley, hello. Good evening, Christine. Howdy. Chris, JK. Yeah, hi, Buck. How's it going, Wesley? Yes. Good stuff tonight. Oh, yeah, we got a little bit of soft set. We might have a little bit of what the hell stuff that we do tonight. Just any kind of random weirdness that I can think of. You've got me for 2 hours. My undivided, horrendously drunk and still drinking still. Yes. Oh man. Yeah. We're still imbibing amongst the beverages here. So we're going to have some fun. Might as well. Just Dawn. Hello, Babs. How you doing? What's up, Danielle? Good to see you. Yeah, it's been a crazy. We had such a good time. We hung out for just a couple of hours, but that's all we needed. It was a friend of ours' birthday party. So there was a lot of people there, and had some tequila and some peach moonshine. Yeah, peach moonshine. Oh my God. That stuff will give you a headache. Just Dawn. Thank you, girl. I appreciate you. Yeah. So yeah, I hope you guys are prepared to just have some random stuff that I pulled up. I was like, man, I'm still awake. Still awake. What? No Boone? Oh, thank you for that. Oh no, I might do the verdict at the very end of the night. Hey, Libby, how you doing? Good to see you, man. Oh, good stuff. Yeah, so let's start out with a little bit of Judge Webster. Oh man, this one is hilarious here. Like, it didn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but hey.
All right, Missy, I want you to stop talking, or you can go upstairs to the county jail.
Your Honor, it is your oath to explain the nature and cause of the allegation against me. Are you failing to do that?
All right, you can either walk out the front door with the officers, or you can walk upstairs to the county jail with the officers. The choice is yours. Either leave.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand.
Or leave disruptively.
I'm not being disruptive. I'm just trying to understand the nature and cause of the charge.
All right, officers. I'm gonna close.
What am I doing? I'm sitting here trying to understand the charge.
If he gives any more grief.
All I'm asking is to understand the charges. I don't know what jurisdiction is these charges being brought to me on.
Ms. Gillette, I'll see you at 3:30 docket.
Your Honor, can I please go home? Your Honor, can I please go home? I'll leave.
All right, well.
Can I go home?
I left it up to them, and I left it up to you, and then they were to behave accordingly.
He didn't.
And you get a speeding ticket.
We're not going to do that, sir. I just need.
All I want to know is the fine. Like, normally when you get a ticket or a citation, somebody give you.
I've told you that.
When you held me in contempt, they went out and searched my car, which was a violation of my Fourth Amendment right. They never issued me a search warrant. They never told me my vehicle was suspected in a crime investigation or any kind of criminal intent or doing anything. So my car was searched.
Well, I think as I understand it, you were put on lockdown because you wouldn't go through booking and processing. They couldn't get you entered into their system.
Oh, Jesus.
You refused to get your fingerprints and you refused to get your photograph. And rather than manhandle you and wrestle you and get you to take your pictures and prints, they had to just put you somewhere safe until you would cooperate. But
that wasn't
what I've heard. I don't know that for a fact.
Well, if you look at the video, that is inaccurate. When I came in, I was told I was going to be.
Okay, sir. We'll talk about that just a little bit. Okay, well, Missy, there's no one else hanging around like.
No, Mr. Johnson has called again this morning, and
yes.
He's supposed to be faxing something. My fax machine just went off, so let me see what it is.
So he doesn't show, but it's always puts it on a good show.
Citizen type.
Sovereign citizen military. Yes, and he is really military.
Sovereign citizen in the United States military?
Yes, I have something he sent us.
That's
Mr.
crazy.
Johnson he's
good
filed
evening, Roy.
several
Good to see Kitty K.
pro se
Kathy Stewart.
motions. I'm not quite sure what they're saying or what his goal is. I had told him to be here in person because of his prior history and contemptuous behavior.
Ooh, I can still see
I
that
asked him to set this over to October 25th.
Man.
All right, I'm looking for a Johnson. Do I have a Johnson?
Yes, you do. I am
Danny?
here. Can you hear me?
Yes, but you're not the Johnson I was looking for, but I will take your case up. I have a couple. I have a Danny Johnson, and well, don't I have her on here? Oh, she's Sasha Carter. You go by Johnson also?
Okay, so I'm here for Danny Johnson.
Oh, are you the attorney?
I'm a representative for him.
A representative for him.
That means
Oh,
I'm his
boy.
wife, and we sent
Are you an
documentation.
attorney?
I'm an attorney, in fact.
Attorney, in
You're not
fact.
an attorney at law?
No.
Okay. So when you say you're an attorney, in fact, you're not an attorney, but you're here on his
She's
behalf
got a lot of
as a
Johnsons.
citizen.
Well,
Is that-
No, I'm
Johnson
not a
is
citizen.
in her.
I'm not a citizen. But let me state for the record, Mr. Johnson is under doctor's care. He's in recovery. We sent the documentation over to the courts to show that, to show proof of that. We also reserve our rights to any and all reproduction of or distributing of videos on social media platform.
Well, that was
And
a
we request
recap. So what it was is there was a recap. He's been in front of the judge before, from being in the Army. He was there, and then there was another one where he was there, and she held him in contempt after he was supposed to go get his photo taken. Didn't do that, and this is about to get crazy. Oh yeah. Kick back, relax, have fun.
matter to be rescheduled at a later time when he can get through his recovery period.
Recovery period. What did he have done?
All right. Mr. Johnson failed to appear at his first appearance, February 27, 2024. August 13th, 2024, he appeared. We took formal first appearance. He entered a not guilty plea. Actually, he objected, I think, to just about everything that we did. He was argumentative, disrespectful, interfered with court proceedings. I believe.
just you wait.
Your Honor, I think he was just
Stop.
he was-
You don't have any standing here today, Miss Carter, because you're not his lawyer. You're not him.
I'm not Miss Carter. I'm not Miss Carter.
Then why does your screen say Sasha Carter?
That's what it says, but I'm not Miss Carter. And it says
Who are
Sasha.
you? Who are you? Before I disconnect you from these proceedings, because you don't have standing to be here. What's your name?
Well, again, Mr. Johnson is under Dr.
Do you want to
Mr.
tell me
Johnson is
your
here.
name?
He's here. I've already gave you my name, ma'am. I'm his
Well,
wife.
then say it
I'm
again,
Miss
because I
Johnson.
must have missed it. What's your
Miss
name?
Johnson. Miss Johnson.
What's your first name?
Nicole.
How do you spell that, please?
Nicole.
Nicole Johnson, and you said you're his wife. Is that
That's
correct?
correct. That's
You're
correct.
his legal wife. Okay.
Now,
If you'll let me
All the rest is video
continue, and if you
contact.
won't, then we'll have to remove you from the proceedings.
You agreed to
On
Zoom.
August 13th,
yeah.
2024, he became, as I said,
Oh.
argumentative, disrespectful, and interfered with the court proceedings. I found him in contempt. He was arrested and he was to serve 24 hours in jail. And then, as I recall, the military put a hold on him, and because of whatever reasons, he served more than 24 hours. But he was told to be back here September 27. And on September 27th, there was an issue that he either was or was not receiving medical service. And he wanted a continuance, and we ultimately continued it to today. Now, that's
Give
been a
him a
month
lobotomy?
ago. And you say he's still under doctor's care and can't be here today, or is that, what were you trying to explain there?
What I was expressing, ma'am, is that he was in surgery on the day of the court date. He had
30 days
actual
ago,
surgery.
he was in surgery. Okay.
Correct. The doctor put him
Right.
under doctor's orders to stay on bed rest. And that's where he's currently residing
30
at, on bed
days?
rest. And we sent in the documentation to the courts and the doctor. The doctor
Gave him a
notified
doctor's
the
note.
courts that he's not to appear because he can't travel and he can't fly due to his surgery.
And we've made it clear to him that he can appear by Zoom. So I'm
Well,
going
ma'am-
to issue a bench warrant, bond
Hold on one
forfeiture.
second. Hold on one second, ma'am, because he is here. He can hear you, but
Well, then put him on here.
Oh, he's on here, but he's in a recovery bed, ma'am, and it's
He's
a
in a
violation
recovery
of
bed.
his rights, his HIPAA rights to be shown and be
HIPAA rights.
broadcasted all across social media as far as
Bench warrant, bond forfeiture, no bond, hold.
Ms. Western.
Oh, now do you want to be on here, sir?
Well, I'm
you
first of all,
under duress.
Are you
Under
voluntarily appearing, Mr. Johnson?
No, under duress.
I'm not.
Okay, I'm not duressing you at all. You don't have to be here.
Can I speak, please? I just want to let you know I'm on a series of medication that alter my. I'm on a medication
Yeah, he
that
looks comfy.
I'm supposed to be on bed rest from my procedures for the next 8 weeks, and for the following
8 weeks,
and
huh?
then I'm supposed to start my recovery. But I have reached out to the courts. I had the hospital reach out to the courts in reference to my procedure and my process. I have
Oh yeah,
requested
his
a
wife definitely needs to
continuation.
shut up.
I have also sent in letters to request evidence from the case to continue the case prior to these procedures that I have not got a response back. So
Certified mail.
I sent it out registered mail that the courts received, I think on the 23rd, in requesting evidence of the case to continue prior to my surgery, but having the
Yeah.
surgeon
It's an unforeseen circumstance.
Ma'am, I want you out of the case now. You're not his lawyer. He's talking, he's representing
Ma'am,
himself.
The creator
out.
made me his wife, and
I will find you in contempt of court.
Ma'am.
Stop talking, Miss Johnson.
Oh, she
Now,
can't.
both of you stop for just a moment. Miss Gillette, you haven't had a chance to say anything on this. Do you wish to be heard?
Because you're acting like the attorney.
I'm acting like the court, and you owe me $50, ma'am, for contempt. And if you have another outburst, it's going to go up, and it will be enforced. $50 direct contempt by Nicole Johnson for her interruption of the proceedings. Ms. Gillette, you
Yep.
wish to be heard.
Good luck with that.
She's just
Ms.
good.
Gillette?
Sorry, I was making notes, Your Honor.
Oh,
In this
Oh,
matter, there
boy.
have been lots of issues with Mr. Johnson. There
They had to
is a
remove the
letter
boot
here. I
foot
don't
out
know
of
if
his
it came
ass.
directly to my office or through the court. It's through the court because it was filed in the court file of
All right, so when you
his.
say through the court, you mean it went to the clerk?
It went to the clerk
Okay.
and was file stamped. There
And it
is
may or may
a,
not have made its way to my office, but if it has, I haven't seen it for the record. Go ahead, please.
there is a note from seen September 25th, 24. His other hearing would have been the 27th. Asking he be excused. We've had lots of issues with Mr. Johnson in the past.
It's about right,
I am
right.
taking into consideration that he has provided a doctor's note and information about
Okay.
that
But
visit.
that was the last hearing. What do you
Probably a
have, if anything,
CO's
for
boot.
today from the doctor?
That was received. It was file stamped 9/27. I don't know if he's recovering or not. I can't tell you anything about that. So if he is on medication, Judge, I don't want to have anything substantive unless he's not taking pain meds. So I would move it over to November for him to be here.
That's reasonable.
Present. And he needs to understand
Yes, exactly.
that attorneys can speak for individuals, but not
So
family
right.
members unless there's some
You
sort of.
you won't be released in November, ma'am.
Ma'am. Miss-
So-
$100 fine or for contempt against Miss Johnson.
you know,
Okay, now,
the
Mr.
court.
Carter, you may speak. Yes, sir. Now, if you're,
Ma'am, do you even know who you talking to, ma'am? Cause you calling all these names. Which name, who are you speaking to?
you told me your name was Nicole Johnson. I'm speaking.
Correct. So
to you.
you calling Carter, and I expressed to you that nobody's here is Carter.
Well, don't have to put Carter on your screen if you're not
Well,
Carter.
ma'am, we made the point to be here in court today, ma'am.
You
And that's under
stop
the
talking.
unforeseen circumstance. He's still
All
here.
right, I'm going to end this part. This court is over. Bench warrant, if you don't stop and get out of it. If you don't want this bench warrant.
I bet she would be.
You be out of this conversation and
ma'am,
let
well,
me
Squishy is
communicate with the
awesome.
defendant.
Ma'am,
Obviously,
there's no
Mr. Carter doesn't have any
He hasn't been
control over
convicted
you.
of anything.
Okay, Mr. Carter, I'm gonna have to end this court because the woman won't shut up. And I'm gonna have to leave a bench warrant. If you can get her to shut up and stay out of the conversation, you and I, sir, can have a hearing. Now. Okay. How much time do you need this continued, Mr. Carter?
The doctor can send over the information.
I would request.
Mr. Johnson, I'm sorry, Missy, can you get that?
Hey,
Carter off of there?
hey, I'm trying to explain to you. The doctor told me it's going to be 3 to 6 months for my recovery.
3 to 6 months. for your
I
recovery.
had it's a middle back procedure. Like I said, I haven't even started physical therapy yet.
Do
So,
you have an attorney, or would you be willing to take a court-appointed
I,
attorney?
as far as the attorney, all I would coming to do is, because I'm on medication, I don't want the court hold anything against me that I may say due to the type of medication I'm on. And
I
two is
understand.
the fact that I am requesting a continuation. I know y'all saying I've been whatever, but at the end of the day, I'm requesting a continuation at least to December, late December or January.
All right, we're gonna set this over for trial. It'll be for bench trial. And what the doctor told you you'd be in recovery for how long?
I mean, 3 to 6 months
Yes.
for
Okay,
3 to
this is
6.
October, November, December, January. I will continue this. Missy, what do we have mid to late January?
January.
Mm-hmm.
Fair and ethical.
She may just want to shut up.
Is that month that is really challenging?
Yeah, but we do have January 31st at 11 available.
All right, January 30th first will be your bench trial. Now, did I understand that someone did receive something from his doctor today or recently? Ms. Gillette, you were talking about something from a month ago.
What time?
Yes, it was filed September 27th. It said he had surgery.
Yeah,
And it was an
we
excuse for the
continued
27th.
that hearing based on that letter. We continued it to today. But has anybody seen anything more recently?
No,
I think the wife was reading something that said he couldn't travel, but I don't think it said anything about appearing by Zoom. I think it just said he couldn't travel or appear in that fashion. But that's what we need to make sure come January, that the doctor understands this can all be done by Zoom. And again, Mr. Johnson, would you consider appointment of an attorney to represent you?
Not at this moment, Your Honor. Like I said, I'm on medication.
Well, an attorney could sure help you navigate through this court system. I understand you wanted to represent yourself, but the attorney could sure help you.
I don't need an attorney at this moment.
All right, we'll document that for the record, Ms. Gillette, in the journal entry.
Wow.
He does not,
No-
he still
no
does not
attorney.
want an attorney.
Oof, that's a
That we
bad
are
idea.
continuing
Always
this
a bad
again at the
idea.
defendant's request for medical reasons to January 31st, 11 a.m. Now, that's going to be for bench trial, so keep that in mind. The state will have their witnesses ready, and if you have any witnesses, you'll
Yep.
need to have them ready.
I agree, Kitty Cake.
Hopefully,
Stupid.
you won't be under
man.
medications January 31st or in any situation that's going to affect that, but
Oh my God.
I won't issue the bench warrant. Nicole Johnson does owe me $100, or she owes the court $100. I'm going to give her 10 days to pay that. If she doesn't pay it, then she's going to face more contempt. That payment needs to be paid, Ms. Johnson, to the clerk of the district court. And that is in Eureka, Kansas at 311 North Main. And make sure you put on there contempt for case number GW 2024 TR 22. That's, and put on there that it's for payment for
Judge.
direct contempt of Nicole Johnson for continued, well, you won't have to put on there other than for contempt. But I do want the rest of it put in the journal entry, Ms. Gillette.
Oh,
Well, if somebody tries to defend themselves, it's contempt. Or exercise their rights, it's contempt.
Ma'am, you don't have any rights in this hearing today.
I do, I'm not a citizen, ma'am.
I don't care what you consider yourself. You do not have any right to come into any court of law and start interrupting and delaying the procedures and
Well-
absolutely deliberately and intentionally disobeying what the court
bet
instructs.
she doesn't shut up.
Ma'am, I called the county attorney yesterday. I called the
Don't
clerk
care.
I
yesterday.
am going to
expressed to
tell
them.
you to stop talking one more time before I.
I know, because you don't want me to express my rights.
This is
My
not
rights.
your hearing. This is not about you. I really
Well,
hate
you're
to
making
have
it
to
about
send
me,
the
ma'am.
sheriff to whatever
Making it about
state
me.
you're
You have
in.
not, you have not given no lawful consideration to
Mr.
this matter,
Mr.
ma'am.
Johnson.
He's under the doctor's care.
Put a
He has provided
leash
all
on your wife,
documentation to show that he's under the doctor's care, ma'am.
woman.
And you have not given no consideration to that.
You are so fortunate that
Jeanette.
you're not here in person or you'd be locked up right now.
Yeah, I am
And
fortunate.
Mr.
Thank you.
Johnson
God
will
give
be
me
locked up
God
if he
give
is
me
not
that. My
here
Creator
in
give me.
person. Mr. Johnson is ordered to appear in person for bench trial, January 31st, 11 a.m. Ms.
Yeah,
Carter,
because you want to retaliate against
Okay.
him, don't you?
Ms. Carter now owes $200 in fines, and I'm
Oh,
disconnecting this call so I don't have to send the Greenwood County Sheriff to whatever
Yeah.
state she's in to get her picked up and locked up for contempt. This
Ha,
hearing
ha, ha.
is adjourned.
Ma'am, every time
Missing-
somebody expresses their lawful rights to defend themselves, you hold them in contempt. Why is that? You are a judge. You are compelled to provide protection for we the people. You acting as an attorney, giving advice to people, bringing people down, and he's in a situation to where he's under
Veruca,
doctor's orders. It's a shame that you still wanted him to present himself under the doctor's orders of bed rest and medication before the court.
Put the camera on yourself when you talk to me, Ms. Carter,
and you
or
can
Ms.
turn it out
Johnson.
across social media, and you can talk down on them, and you can make money off of it because you go and
I
you
would just
spread it,
keep
and then
going.
you get about it.
300.
Put the camera on yourself
400.
if you want to tell me off, Ms.
500.
Johnson.
I can put the
600.
camera where I want to. That's my legal
All
right.
right.
700.
You are
800.
to appear. I will send the
900.
orders for you to appear personally because you're going to serve some time for this disrespect.
Mhm.
Ms. Johnson.
It's disrespect with what you having him do
Missy,
on camera. Under the
disconnect her.
circumstance.
This court hearing is adjourned.
Yeah, disconnect yourself because you're unlawful.
All right.
Oh no. Every time she opened her mouth, I would go, that's another 100. That's another 100. That's another 100. And I would just be taking a little check right next to it. When it gets up to 2,000, 3,000, just keep checking. Just let her keep going. Let her keep rambling. And then whenever she shows up, have her arrested and charge her for every single time that she thought she was being funny. You know, this is something people haven't learned, that you need to start respecting the rules of the court. You don't respect the rules of the court, why do you think they would not give you any respect or any kindness? I would just kept like racking it up. All right, we're up to 10,000. You want to go for 20? Just like, you want to go bankrupt doing this? Just keep adding on to it. Once you hit the, the 3,000 or 4,000, that's whenever you just start adding time to it. 30 days, another 30 days. You want to keep going? We can go. We can do this all day. How many years do you want to spend in prison? No, she didn't. That's just somebody that wants to be a smart ass. Yeah, she should have handled that much quicker. Thanks for joining us today. That was Mr. The Man. The man. Oof, we've got more. We've got more. We've got this one right. Where is it? Is this right? I think this is the one. No, I think I've got it in queue here. Give me just a second. I think. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we do. This is the one we've got right here. Oh, this one's going to be a good one. This is another one in front of Judge Webster. Oh, Judge Webster's so much fun. So much fun. I like her. She puts a smile on my face. Well, that silly, soft, idiot wife talking smack to Judge Webster. Yeah. Yeah. So it went from 200 to time. 200 to time, she'll probably spend 24. Judge Webster's actually pretty nice. She'll probably just give her 24 hours in jail for contempt. And she'll still have to pay the $200 fine. Yeah, good old Squishy. Squishy is awesome. Oh, yeah, let's bring up this one. This one's fun.
They're so scared for me to turn myself in.
Kristen Carter. Is Kristen Carter here?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm here.
Thank you. We are on the record in 2024.
Oh, and this was right before she dealt with a couple of them. Wow. Oh, yeah, this was the trailer park eviction last year.
Or TR 204, State of Kansas versus Kristen Colleen Carter.
Exactly.
Please announce appearances.
May it please the clerk, the state appears by Jill Gillette, County Attorney.
And Ms. Carter, you appear in person and without counsel, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And we are.
Oh, that was yesterday's hearing. Oh, so this is the next day.
Here on a diversion or status review, Miss Carter, I believe you were planning to look into diversion. Did you do that?
Yes, I did.
And did you apply?
I did apply and I was to make my $100 first payment and I failed to do so. I couldn't come up with the funds. My
Trailer park
husband passed
edition.
August
There you go.
2nd. And unfortunately, any funds that I did receive went
I don't know.
to funeral arrangements.
Well, you have to understand that this was a, old Squishy. He just scours the interwebs looking for these things, and this one here, hey Zach, this one here is on the same day. So this more than likely is prior. This was prior to that, and Jim is probably defendant also. He's probably gotten himself in trouble somehow too.
And different things of that sort. So I was told just to come to court and see what we could do, I guess.
So your husband passed August 2nd?
Yes, ma'am.
So that was the last
Oof.
day we were in court as well. Did you know that?
I don't believe so.
We had a diversion status conference. Oh, I'm sorry, you failed to appear that day. But Mr. Dean did tell me he had sent you the agreement in treatment. So you called after court. It says you called after court. You told us you were in treatment and didn't get the Zoom link. And we told you the next hearing date and told you to call the county attorney's office as soon as possible about your diversion application.
Ooh.
And that was about 11:45 in the morning.
No, I got you, Kelly.
So did your husband pass after that?
Does that help?
He passed.
Hopefully that helps.
At 4:00 that afternoon. I didn't know I had anything to do with court on that day.
All right, well, it says you called in. I'm not
Thank
sure
you,
why
Kelly.
we have the confusion, but
I don't even remember calling in on that. I don't remember any affiliation that day with any type of court.
OSG is
do you remember
awesome.
being in treatment?
That was a Friday. No, I was not in treatment at that time. I was at the Oxford Living Home.
Well,
He committed. Sorry.
I don't know. All I can tell you is that I showed that we had a court hearing, you didn't appear, and then what else I had said rather than repeat it all. So what are your intentions concerning these charges at this time?
Yes, ma'am. So sorry, Your Honor. I have gotten my tags, I have gotten my insurance, and I have gotten registration. Everything is legal on the car now. And I do have proof of that. And I can email anything as well.
Well, my question was, what do you intend to do? Do you intend to enter a plea, continue your plea of not guilty? Do you intend to plead no contest, or do you intend to plead?
I plead guilty, Your Honor. I did it. I mean, I didn't have tags. It was my fault.
Are you wanting to talk to an attorney about this before you proceed further, or are you waiving your right to an attorney? And I would remind you, if you cannot afford an attorney, you can apply and see if you qualify for court appointed.
I'd rather proceed. I've overcome a lot of barriers. I've been sober since April 17th. Sorry, I'm really nervous. I've been sober since April 17th of this year, and so I just want everything to go behind me. So,
all right. If you want to continue your not guilty plea, you can see if the county attorney would give you any extensions in your application. If you think you'll be able to afford the fees anytime in the near future.
I am working. I actually have 2 jobs. I just started a new one yesterday, and I get paid on the 6th. So I think that, I mean, if that's in my best interest, I could go continue with the diversion.
I could give you a little bit of more time to see if the county attorney would give you some leeway in that completion date.
If I plead guilty, is it just paying fines or?
They do carry jail time sentences. Probation is usually granted, but I can't tell you your sentence or
Wow.
what it is or is not before it's determined.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I mean, I'll go ahead
I'm
and
not sure she
contact
can be
their
believed
office
without proof.
then and see if they want to continue with the diversion.
Ms. Gillette, do you have any objection to that procedure, continuing it and giving her time to call?
Judge, we've been working on this diversion for a long time and it hasn't happened. I don't know that I want to continue on with having the diversion process. She's had failures to appear and other issues.
Okay.
You know, if she wants an attorney to work out the case, that's fine. If she prefers to
Get the attorney.
plea on it, you know, my
Well-
position and recommendation is going to be to set up a payment plan for her.
Well, and I agree, Danielle. She's been through a lot, but there's a possibility that these are fake fake tears. Keep watching. See how you feel here in a little bit.
And that she can get her payments in, and there might be some underlying jail time recommendations for probation, but I think that setting her up a payment plan that's stretched out over 12 months is probably better than trying to make her do the diversion payments very quickly.
Okay, I understand.
So, and then she's told you that if you plead today, she'll recommend probation with a payment plan so that you wouldn't actually serve any jail time unless, of course, you violate your probation.
Okay,
Do you want to waive your right to an attorney and represent yourself, as you said before?
yeah, I'll go ahead with it.
All right. And do you feel like anyone's making you give up your right to an attorney?
No,
Okay. You're doing this freely and
Big
voluntarily on your
tears
own
from a
choice.
woman.
yes.
All right.
Jeez,
And I would ask that the record, including
do.
the journal
Believe those
entry
tears are
and the
real.
docket notes reflect that
Real
you've
hard to
waived
do.
attorney.
Okay, and Your Honor,
Yes.
I have a case in Butler County with you, and I wanted to
Oh,
bring
boy.
that up. I hope that it's okay. I missed the last court date there. I apologize. It's my fault. Things have just been kind of rocky. I have a warrant out in Butler County. I'm 3
boy.
hours from there. I have not turned myself in, to be honest, because for one, I mean, I have my kids now, and they're under my roof. I'm taking care of them on my own. My health conditions, and I haven't had time to turn myself in, and I've
Good
honestly
job,
been a little
Zach.
hesitant about it. So I don't know how you feel about that or what I can do with
Well,
that.
what you can do is contact
yourself
the
in?
sheriff, either the Butler County or the sheriff local to you, wherever you are. You can turn yourself in and then you can post any bond that may be set in that case. But that's what I would tell anybody. But I can't take that case up, even though I may be the judge on that. I'm in a different court setting. They're both part of the 13th Judicial District, and that's how I come to be judge on both. But on that
Okay,
one,
so what do you,
I would just tell you to turn
She's got
yourself in
lots of
on
stories.
that. What kind of charges are they?
it's just for no tags.
No tags only?
I believe so. It might be no tags and no insurance.
Do you have an attorney over there?
I don't. And you have a no bond hold on it.
How do you know all this?
My bondsman, and he's on live right now. Chris,
Bondsman is here on this docket? Who's your
he's here.
bondsman?
Chris, I don't know how to pronounce the last name.
Florio?
Yeah,
Mr. Florio, are you here? I'm looking for Chris Florio, bail bondsman.
he said he would be. I don't.
So you have a bail bondsman that knows you've got an active warrant and has not turned you in or told you to turn yourself in, but he's told you what the bond conditions are. Tyson, are you here on that case?
No, that's a different bondsman, Your Honor.
Sometimes they've been covering for each other lately, so.
Just under vitamins.
Tyson,
That's
are
awesome,
you
Zach.
here on that case for the other bondsman?
No, Your Honor, I'm not affiliated with Florio.
Well, that's good for you. But, at this moment, that's good for you.
All right.
Because I have a real difficult situation. The bondsmen know they've got a warrant out, and they don't turn them in. They just tell them, well, you've got a no bond hold. It's almost like you're aiding when that happens. It's almost like the bondsman is aiding them in avoiding the warrant.
Well, I'm 3 hours away. I don't know. The car, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't even know how to get up there to turn myself in.
What is your recommendation, knowing that she has an active warrant for failure to appear in another jurisdiction and her bondsman's helping hide her
More
from
stories
us
than
apparently?
Shizzy.
Well, she needs to
Spicy
get
Sunday
herself
read
turned
show.
in, whether
Yeah.
she turns herself in where she's at or she comes here and turns herself in. The best thing to do is to get herself turned in so she can resolve.
Do you
But in our
want to proceed
case,
with this case? What do you want to do on this one?
I don't have
Your
a warrant on.
recommendation.
I don't have a warrant on her, and we can proceed with our case, but she does need to get turned in for Butler County because Butler County will want to get their case turned in too. Since she hasn't missed since the failure to appear a while back, where she was in the Oxford house. She would have the ability to, I mean, I can't ask for a warrant in my case because she's not failed on my case.
Okay,
But
I just didn't know if you were comfortable with your offer a while ago with an active warrant. And it sounds like you are okay to do that as long as she gets herself turned in Butler County. So, Ms. Carter, let's keep those two cases, those two counties separate.
Okay,
At
sorry.
this time, how do you plead to, I've already shown that you have waived your right to counsel on the record knowingly and voluntarily. How do you plead?
Yeah, I
to
feel
count
sorry for her
one,
too.
operating a motor vehicle
I'm with
in
you.
Greenwood County, Kansas on April 15th, 2024 without proper registration or tag?
Guilty.
You're admitting that you did do the act charged?
Yes.
How do you plead on count 2, operating without liability insurance?
Guilty.
How about you had a driver's license apparently issued, but you weren't carrying it while you were driving?
Correct. Guilty.
All right, I will accept the pleas of guilty as knowingly and voluntarily made. And where were you
Nice.
doing this driving?
I was headed back to go to rehab.
I will accept not only your pleas as knowing and voluntary, but also that a factual basis and jurisdiction exists. I would find you guilty of counts 1, 2, and 3. And Ms. Gillette, the state's recommendation for sentencing, please.
no insurance, it carries a mandatory $300 fine. The no vehicle registration carries a fine. In this case, since she's back current and has paid for the registration, I would ask for the minimal fee of $50.
Okay.
And for the no DL in possession, I again would ask for a minimal fine. All of them can carry jail time, but the no proof of insurance, we're supposed to issue jail time at least on it. So I would ask for a 90-day underlying sentence, run 30 days on the other two, run them all concurrent to each other, and suspend them for 12 months probation. There is a request for $17.93 for restitution from the sheriff's office for medical services provided or done on this case.
Nice.
Who received the
That's-
medical? Was it her or one of them?
Yes, it
That's
was
good.
for Miss Carter. So it's $17.93. The county received a write-off on a good chunk of the medical bill. So we only had to pay $17.93 to them. And for her to get herself turned in over in Butler County as a condition of her probation.
All right. Anything else you'd like to say
Nice.
before I determine
pretty
what your
good.
sentence will be, Ms. Carter? You don't have to say anything further, but you can if you want.
No,
Now, you mentioned that you have 3 children living with you now.
I have 2.
two, and were they living with their father prior to his passing?
No.
No, it wasn't that the medical service cost $17. What it was is insurance took care of most of it. It covered everything but the $17.93. That's all it was. So I mean, that's all that she was being charged, was $17.93 for that medical service that the insurance part didn't cover. That could have just been something that they mailed out. Who knows? So that's all it is.
Oh, you might know him. His name was Andrew Henry. You probably remember in previous cases you had with us. He committed suicide in Butler
Okay, and you were
in El Dorado County, and that's why I haven't wanted to turn myself in either, because I don't want it.
okay. Well, let's okay, so were the
Sorry.
two of you living together at the time, or other than the fact that you were in treatment?
I left him to go to treatment, and then I brought him here to get clean, and we were on our way to, I was on my way to take him to rehab, and we got pulled over, and he had a warrant out of El Dorado.
Okay,
And so
Yeah.
when he got there, he killed himself 2 days later
okay. Did he
Oh,
do
that's
that in
rough.
jail or at home?
in jail. He hung
Okay.
himself in your jail, and that's why I
Okay,
don't
well,
want to
who
go
has
to
the, okay, so you've gone through definitely gone through some things, as you said. Where are the children?
They're with me. I got them back. They
How
were
did
never
you-
out of my custody, but
Well, how did you get the children back if you were in treatment? Did you leave treatment when he died?
right. No, so Lafayette was my treatment, and I left them July 21st, and I went to Oxford. It's sober living.
Yeah.
After Oxford, I got my kids. I lived there for about maybe not even a month.
Well,
Wow.
And I
tell
got
me
my-
this, what I want to know is,
That's
did you
crazy.
Sorry.
leave Oxford House early?
Yes,
And your children, who was taking care of the children while he was in jail?
my mom was taking care of the kids
Okay.
while I was in Oxford.
Okay, so mom
That's
took
good.
care of the kids, now you've got them back, you're taking care of them yourself, and you live in what town? You said you're 3 hours away. What town is that?
Joplin, Missouri.
Okay, so you're in Joplin.
Yeah,
Okay, is that where your mom lives too?
yeah,
Good. At least she
Is
has
that
a
where you're from?
support team.
yeah.
Okay,
Hope she has. a
and
good
you said you're
support team.
working 2 jobs? Where do you work?
I work for a cleaning company, and then I work for the Joint. And I started there 2 days ago.
Okay, and does
So I'm
mom take
scared to
care of
lose my job.
does mom take care of the kids while you work?
No, they're old enough to stay home. I have a 15.
So this here, I'll point these things out for you. So this person up here is the soft sit that we watched a minute ago. That's who that is. I don't know who Jim is, but Jim is there for a hearing, and this person here is for a hearing. Now this right here is the county attorney, and this here is the judge, and this here is who she's talking to right now. And if I could play tic-tac-toe on this, I would, but I can't. So, you know, we just got a cookie monster here. That's all. You know, just a little cookie monster. He's as happy as can be, don't you know? Drawing creepy things on here. Could be like a grasshopper. Hello, grasshopper. Or praying mantis, it could be like a praying mantis if I wanted it to be, just sort of reaching out here, wants to, hook onto you, grab a hold of you. Tic-tac-toe. Yeah. Sort of like a weird creature I've drawn here, It's got a weird, like, maybe it's a crab or something. Yeah, maybe a crab. I'm thinking a crab right there. That might work. Let's see. Draw a crab out here. He's hanging out. He's saying, "Hey, man, don't eat me, bro. Don't eat me, man." He's just a happy little crab. Happy little crab. There we go. See? He's very angry right now. You can tell by his eyebrows. He's just very angry. Says, I'm going to take you out, man. You're going down. He goes, John Madden in court. Yeah, I mean, why not? We're having fun. And I've been drinking, so, gotta have like, he needs like a missing tooth there or something, just got big gaps in his teeth. Give him like a gold grill. That's what he needs, is like a gold grill. Like a gold grill. Let's see if we got gold. Yeah, we got a gold grill right here. Yeah, we'll just make his grill all nice and golden right there. He's got the gold molars. Yeah. Happy crab. I'm sorry. I've been drinking.
18-year-old and an 11-year-old. They'll be 12 and 16.
You might think about counseling for them if you haven't, because boy,
They've
they've got,
started.
okay, because they've gone probably more than you have with all of this.
It's been terrible.
I can imagine. I
Yeah.
probably can't imagine, but I can imagine it's been
And
terrible.
they're so scared for me to turn myself in.
Okay, well, I can understand all of that because they've seen a lot. Their parents have put them through a lot, no doubt.
Yeah, we did.
All right, so on
So I
this
don't know what
case,
to do with that, Judge.
all right, well, the first thing you do is get them in counseling, get yourself in counseling and do what they tell you to. And then there's also something called family preservation services that you can voluntarily request, because I'm thinking to keep your children from being put in state's custody with all they've gone through, you might ask them to help you, and they can give you all kinds of direction. They deal with families like this, because at the rate you're going, I'm surprised those kids aren't in state's custody, frankly. Have you
good.
talked to anybody from DCF or family preservation?
No, I haven't. And they
Yeah.
had a steady home with my mom.
Okay,
Unfortunately, we lost our home and everything. I
Tell
believe
me
you
about
remember
that.
we were evicted, and then after that, I started using drugs because I have a brain tumor, and
Huh?
that was my way to cope because I couldn't get anything to help the pain. But my sober date is August 16th, and I had never used drugs previous. I was only on drugs for about a year, almost 2 years actually. But
Everything
now I'm
seems-
clean. I'm back
yeah.
to where I'm good. My kids are good. I got a house.
well, your kids may be better now than what you've seen them, but keep in mind, your drug use, dad's drug use, your arrest, dad's suicide. That
It's
is,
been
Flag on the
hard.
play.
you keep those kids in counseling, and you make sure that they're talk to their school, let their school know what's going on, so that,
I have.
okay.
Saying,
I'm just worried
Red
about the
flag.
Warren Butler.
Well, you better be worried about those kids first and foremost, but all right, let's get on with the business at hand here, which it all
Thank you for your
interplays.
advice.
It all plays together. One affects the other. They're like dominoes. All right, so on count one, as the state recommended, a $50 fine, a 30, and that fine could be up to $2,500. So think about that next
Thank you.
time you're in a bind with your tag. And then you're going to have what's called a supervision fee of $60.
Okay.
And the reason that you're going to have a supervision fee is I am going with the recommendation for 12 months probation, but with everything you have on the table here, I'm going to recommend I'm going to order that be 12 months reporting probation. You will need to call as soon as this hearing is over to the 13th Judicial District Probation Office, 316-322-4153. I understand that you
It's
live
not
in
over.
Joplin, but
Wow.
they can work with you on whether you
this
have to
behavior is
report in
common.
person, by Zoom, by mail, whether they can transfer that out of state, I don't know. Even though you're just across the border, it's still out of state.
Okay.
But that will be for your probation officer and you to talk about and for them to direct you on, maybe a combination of all of those options.
Wow.
Okay.
You will have a fair amount of money to pay. I am going to order that you pay 1/12 of the total due, at least 1/12 each month. I'm going to order that you turn
Okay.
yourself in on that Butler County warrant. And I'm not going to change the no bond hold, because when I give you no bond hold, it means because I've had a problem with your attendance or something. I can understand the children's fears and your apprehension, but it's something that they probably taught you in rehab. You have to face the consequences of your addiction, and you have to deal with them.
Judge is
How long
still
will I
damn
be
fair.
in jail? I mean, if I don't
Well, I
have a,
can't say for sure, but
Ugh.
I would think that if you turn yourself in on the weekend, you'll see one of the judges over there at 1:30 on probably a Monday. And then they will probably either modify the bond or set you on Judge Lee's expedited docket, because mine is so crowded over there. I wouldn't see you until January. So we're not going to let you
Jeez.
sit in jail that long. They'll probably get you on Judge Lee's docket or grant you a bond. Until you turn yourself in, there's not much we can do about it.
Damn.
right.
And-
I'm gonna lose my job. Okay.
Well, we don't want you to lose your job. Contact the clerk. I will revisit that when I get back into my Butler County docket. I will revisit that. Why don't you? And I don't like doing it this way, but if you contact Butler County later today, I'll see if I.
Well, and that's and that is the thing. It's very true. An addict will do what they need to do to suck you into their lost sense of reality. But it truly does seem like she's learned her lesson, and she's also doing this now on her own. The father that those children self-deleted in the jail, and that's why she's been having such a rough time. You're drawing mood. Can you draw a pig? Yeah, I can draw a pig. I like drawing pigs too. There's this is her doing exactly what's required of her. She's being like completely straight up with the judge of what's happening. That there's issues going on. She wants to make sure that she follows with her rehab. She doesn't want to make it too strenuous on her, but there are consequences that you have to deal with whenever you do these kinds of things. It's going to be a behavior that is, as long as she says, hey, I've sort of learned from this. I don't want to I don't want to continue on with my drug habit. I want to clean up. The judge is usually going to be pretty cool about it. She's going to say, hey, it seems like she's doing everything that she needs to do. And so let's grant her a little bit of kindness, a little bit of happiness. And, we draw out a little pig like this. So little pig, little chunky pig. I get the chunky pig. Yeah. Let's see if he'll stick out his tongue at you. How's that, Tammy? Little pig tongue sticking out at you. It's really hard to draw with a mouse. So, happy pig. He's got a big, round, bubblyless head. He probably has wrinkles on his forehead and his little snout. He's got how's that? Little pig? Happy pig? But it seems like she's taking accountability for it right now. So, that's good. That's what we want.
I can maybe find a docket to put you on and work with you some on that warrant over there.
Oh my God.
No problem,
Now,
Tammy.
don't get your hopes up. I'm just saying maybe. But who was that bondsman that knows you're wanted and told you what the no bond hold was? You said that was that Ron Florio that did that?
It's Chris.
Chris Florio did that.
And I've been in contact with him. Maybe that's why I don't know. I don't
Well,
want
it
you to.
is, you know what? We don't let bondsmen sign up in this jurisdiction for the purpose of hiding people from us. It's to turn them in. And I just had this conversation with the bondsman, I think
Pink Floyd
last
concert.
week. Don't do that. If you're gonna do
Is
that.
he
don't even
supposed
take
to
it.
come get me, or is that what
Yeah,
they're
he's
Right.
supposed to get you to us one way or the other, but we've got a lot going on here, so.
Sorry.
No, it's not your
Yep.
fault. You just did what your bondsman told you. Um,
Oh, I don't want him mad.
make sure Missy knows how to get a hold of you. Missy, do you have her contact, her Zoom, whatever?
Can I give you my phone number too, Missy? It's updated.
Yeah, don't put it over the internet. Just moving on.
Yeah, don't put it over
Mr.
the
Lett, is there
internet.
anything else we
Dude,
need
don't
to
do that.
address in
No,
this
no.
case?
I can't think of anything else on her, Your Honor.
All right, all standard conditions,
Yeah, but it
sign
seems like she's trying to
all
get cleaned up.
documents necessary
That's the important
between
part.
your treatment and Oxford House and court services. Anything they need you to sign so they can freely communicate to make sure you're staying off the drugs.
Absolutely.
Because they're here to help you be successful, but you've got to do the work yourself.
I'm impressed with
I
her.
understand. 100%.
Kudos to her.
Stay clean, stay sober, follow all
I
of the
will.
rules.
Cheers
Keep
to
all the
that. Stay
standard
clean,
rules.
stay sober, Kristen.
Okay, that being said, do you have any questions, Ms. Carter?
I don't believe
Gonna go
so.
back to
If you're
Lurkin.
going to turn
Hey,
yourself
Tamara.
into the sheriff,
Good
you
to
call
see you.
Lori.
Okay.
You can also turn yourself into your sheriff down there in Joplin, and he can notify Butler County that they have you, that you've turned yourself in.
And then they'll come get me here.
Well, they can come get you, or
Yeah, like a
they will-
taxi.
Yeah, you can go to their office and just turn yourself in, and they won't have to come get you.
Yeah.
Okay. And you said to call the clerk later this afternoon?
Right. Well, you can call the clerk anytime, but I won't be able to address your case until later this afternoon or Monday. All right, Ms. Carter, you're excused at this
That's body
time.
language stuff.
Thank
and she's
you. Have a
sitting
good day,
forward with her
Judge.
head up,
Thank
eyes
you.
forward,
You're
basically
welcome.
open
Have a good day,
posture.
Missy.
So
Man.
let's move on.
Yeah, that was good. I like that one. That was, man, I love those feel good ones right there. That was a feel good. That gave me the warm fuzzies. She's gotten all clean. She's staying off the drugs. Looking forward to being with her kids. I mean, that's a big turnaround. That's what we like to see. Oh boy. I've got another one for you guys. This one's gonna be an interesting one here. Oh boy. Let me get this thing minimized here. Make sure I've got it pulled up. It's gonna be. I hope you guys are ready for this. It's not a soft set, but it's pretty damn close to a soft set. Pretty close to being a soft set. So, without further ado, let me bring this thing up. And, damn it.
Right now.
You don't
It'll
have
take-
authority to do that. You know that, right? He's not your client.
John Crook's deposition, in which he has no legal representation, but Silver Scam is going to come in and do some of the most immoral, unethical, and frankly, illegal things that I have ever seen.
Oh boy.
Wait, the time is 1:11 p.m. and we're currently on record. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, this is Attorney Randy Shockett, Shockett Law Group in Trenton, Florida. I've just spoken with the deponent and provided him the link. He's having internet problems. He said he will try to sign on, but he's having internet problems.
Yes,
so
he is.
I have no problems waiting till 1:30.
I haven't seen the whole thing.
But we can let the record reflect that there was no problems before taking a Zoom video from that location.
Yeah, it's pretty disrespectful. Yeah, he can be a bit of a jerk. I have not seen this, so I do know that he's got some issues here, but I haven't seen this one yet. So, ooh.
But, we'll wait. That's fine.
Okay, we'll be standing by.
Okay, the time is 1:11 p.m. and we're back off record. With that, the time is 1:17 p.m. and we're currently on record. Good afternoon. My name is Alyssa Armish from Court Scribes, and I'll be the court reporter for today. We're here today, February 9th of 2024, by remote appearance for the purpose of recording the video deposition of John Cook in the matter of Lynette Preston versus Jeremy Brian Hales, case number 38-2023-DR-000416-DRA. in the Circuit Court of the 8th Judicial Circuit in and for Levi County, Florida. Will counsel please state their appearance for the record?
Yes, good afternoon. This is Randy Shockett of Shockett Law Group in Trenton, Florida, on behalf of Mr. Hales.
Well, it takes all kinds. I mean, yeah, and I mean, if you're called in for deposition, it's no different than being in a court hearing. So everything that he says or does in this is no different than him sitting right there in front of a judge. The reason they do these depositions is so you can ask questions, they answer questions as truthfully as possible. They should be sworn in, so that way that deposition can be used in court. I would think the last thing that you'd want to do would be argue with a judge, as we saw from the first one that we showed tonight.
Do I have any other counsel present to make appearance?
I'm certainly present. I was waiting for Mr. Feather to announce his appearance on behalf of his client.
Mark Feather on behalf of Jeremy Hales.
Joshua Silverman on behalf of Lynette Preston. My paralegal Brent Lanier is also observing the deposition today.
Okay, so if he's representing Lynette Preston, not representing Jeremy Hales. He's yeah. He doesn't remember anything. Well, I mean, this is crazy. It's gonna be crazy.
Thank you. Mr. Cook, if you can please raise your right hand.
Lynette's not here. She went back to the shed. Hand up.
Do you, John Cook, swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yep.
Thank you. Counsel, you may begin.
Okay, good afternoon, Mr. Cook.
Yep.
What do you prefer I call you? Can I call you John, or I can call you Mr. Cook?
Call me anything you want.
What do you prefer?
Whatever you want.
Okay. All right. We're going to get into this case pretty quickly, but I want to just go over some background stuff pretty quickly. Have you ever given a deposition before?
Exactly. Not representing him.
Yeah, I think I have many years ago.
What was it about?
An injury.
Whose injury?
My injury.
Tell us a little bit about that.
I got hurt at work.
Okay. Was it a workers' comp?
Yes.
Yes? I'm sorry. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, just to refresh you, this is a deposition, is a court proceeding. I can tell you, I'm going to be asking you a series of questions. You're going to be answering those questions under oath. There's two other attorneys here. They may or may not ask you questions as well. But you do understand you're under oath. You just took an oath to tell the truth, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And even though you're at home and none of us are in a courtroom right now, the answers you're giving us today are still subject to the same penalties of perjury as if we were in a court of law. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. So we want to make sure you have a complete understanding of the
So
answers
far, so good.
you are giving. When I ask you a
Some bad
question,
mood.
I'm going to assume you understand it. Unless you don't understand it, then you can tell me
You're sick.
what it is you don't understand, and I'll be happy to
Take the sack,
rephrase it in a
sir.
way that we understand each other, so that you can answer a question that you understand exactly what I'm asking. So if you need clarification, just let me know. All right? And if you need to take a break, that's fine. Just let us know. We'll take short breaks from periodically. And the only thing that's going to be stipulated to here is that if there's a pending question, you can't take a break. Just answer the pending question, then we can have a break. All right?
Well, and you know, he's being cocky as all get out. And I may not agree with this approach. It's all this people's. Hey, don't be judging. Don't be judging, Starzy. That happens. Especially whenever you get in a lot of daylight. Here, I'll explain to you. Whenever you have blue eyes like that, it happens. I have blue eyes also. My pupils get very small also. It's because for whatever reason, blue eyes tend to light colored eyes take in a lot of light, and it can be really painful on the eyes. So the pupils get really small. Yeah. I'm just glad he's not yelling or pleading the fifth. So it happens. Small pupils. It does happen. Just it's because of the light.
Yep.
All right. Did you bring any documents with you today or any videos or anything?
Nope.
Do you have any videos related to this matter with Jeremy Hales?
Nope.
Okay.
Do you recall testifying in a court of law?
So if he's saying he has no documents, no nothing. So hey, then that's he's saying that he has nothing with him. No documents, none at all. Okay.
In Ohio? Recently in a case with Mr. Hales?
Did I testify in I'm testifying for Florida, not for Ohio. I'm not witch hunting in Ohio. Plain and simple.
Did you testify under oath in the state of Ohio this year in a case involving Mr. Hales?
You want to ask me a Florida question? Go for it.
Are you refusing to answer the question?
No, I'm not on trial here. This is about. Is this not about Florida?
Actually, he can ask you anything. He can ask you anything he wants to. And you can say yes, you can say no, you can say anything you want to. But wait, there's more. He's just like, oh my God, dude, answer the damn question. It's not hard.
Did you I'm gonna ask you.
Is this not about Florida?
You know
you're not asking the questions here, buddy. This is, if you pull this in, if you did this in a courtroom, they would hold you in contempt. He could move past this really quick by just saying failure to answer the question. But this is, gray blue eyes, anxiety, hate, doctors, dilation, drops. Yes, trust me. Yeah.
This is the good thing about the position, sir. I get to ask the questions. You don't get to ask questions. So let me ask you again for the third time. Did you testify under oath in an Ohio court this year in a case involving Mr. Hales and yourself?
I've been in a case with Mr. Hales.
Did you testify under oath in that case with Mr. Hales in the state of Ohio?
I would imagine it was under oath.
Okay. In that testimony, did you tell the court that you had videos that you wanted to show the court related to Mr. Hales?
She has them. I'm not in possession of them.
Oh.
Were you in possession of them at the time of the Ohio testimony?
No. She's got them. So
did you
no, come on.
Did you tell the truth in your testimony in the Ohio case to the judge? Do you know that you told the judge that I, not anyone else, I have videos I want to show today?
Right, because I would have asked her for them, and she would have gave them to me and put them on the.
Are you familiar with the videos?
No, I don't watch this stuff. I actually have a life.
No, the videos that you wanted to show in Ohio. Do you know what they were?
They were about all his perjury that he put up there. Yeah. Everything that came out of his mouth is perjury.
Okay, and you don't have them, right?
At this moment, no. Can I get them? Absolutely.
Okay, you were ordered to bring them. So how could you get them? What do you need to do to get them?
What?
Well, that is true. He was ordered to bring them to court. Now, if he doesn't bring them to court, what can they do? They can hold him in contempt. They can use that against him in a court of law. that he refused to provide documentation, which means that he can't use it later. You know, watch how I'm whipped. Watch my nay whipped. That was the only thing that didn't irritate me. I'm sorry, that was funny. I have to admit that was pretty damn funny. I mean, I would be a little bit angry if I was on the other receiving end of this kind of stuff, but yeah, I would bet that she is. But you know, they said you're supposed to provide this with the court. That was part of the order. And I mean, here's what I don't understand. And you know, you can correct me if I'm wrong on this. What I don't understand, this was a lawsuit that was brought against Jeremy Hales. Okay, this wasn't Jeremy Hales bringing a lawsuit against them. This was a lawsuit that was brought against Jeremy Hales. And if the lawsuit was being brought against Jeremy Hales, they should be compelled to do this because they wanted to have a temporary restraining order against Jeremy. They were going after him. Now, if you're going after somebody, it would be incumbent upon you to provide proof of it, because that way you can bring that stuff in later. But they never did this. Which is probably one of the reasons why they dismissed this case.
What videos are you looking for?
The videos you just described. You said you could get them. What do you need to do to get those videos?
I would have to talk to Michelle. They're in her possession. And they will be being brought back to Ohio with a lawyer in Ohio. So.
Okay. So.
But they're not going to provide them in court now. But if they're not providing them now, they may not be able to use them later. Do you know how long depositions can be held against the person being deposed? Throughout the entire court case. Throughout the entire court case. If you're swearing to something under oath, then it can be used at any point in time. Any of those depositions can be used against anybody at any point in time. Shizzy, if they had been, if they had been in courtroom, this would have been a different ball game for sure. Oh yeah, absolutely. Piss him off. Start stage. John sees Jeremy on a screen. Yeah. Watch how I'm whipped. Watch me, nay, whipped.
So what I'm gonna do is I have some exhibits. I am gonna open up for the court reporter and everybody a Dropbox. And as I announce, I will put them into the Dropbox. I will also share them in this video here as well.
Absolutely.
So we can have that done in two ways. So what we're gonna do, is show the first.
Well, there's that possibility. John wants to know what's a Dropbox. Possibly.
Sorry. All right. I'm going to show you our first deposition exhibit. You were served with a subpoena to attend this case, right?
Yes, I was ordered to attend this witch hunt. Absolutely.
All right.
How can that be a witch hunt if you're the one going after him? Like, see, that's what makes not a whole lot of sense. Like, she's the aggressor. You know, this is a little bit like the Sarah Boone shit, where you've got an aggressive person that's going after somebody. And I mean, if she's going after him for reason, okay, then what is the deal? Bring all the information into court. Bring it in. Anything that's relevant will be used. But who knew? No, anger. It's coming in.
This is going to be exhibit number 1. Let me make sure everybody can see that screen. Can you see that screen?
No, actually, the I think that courts should be much stricter on people whenever it comes to these things. Not necessarily that they stop doing Zooms, because I will tell you, doing a Zoom is so much easier, and on uncontested cases, on anything that's contestable like that, or a contested case like this, yeah, I think it should be done in person. We are the victims of being abusers. That's right, Levy. That is so right. Oh my God.
Everyone? Make it bigger if you need it. Please give me some feedback here. Can you see it?
You can see it. You can see it fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, Mr. Cook, did you receive this subpoena that you're referring to right here? Sir?
Yes.
All right. You see where you were told you were to have with you complete all these documents that relate to the claims made in this case by the petitioner, that's Ms. Preston, and against Mr. Hales, and includes videos. It's a very broad definition. There it is, videos right here.
I'm not in possession of them.
Okay, you just testify you can get them. You didn't make any attempts to get them prior to appearing on this video deposition today?
Again, I'm not under. This isn't my court case.
Yes, it is.
You made no
attempt. I'm not.
Yeah, you're being deposed. You're being deposed as a witness. It may not be your case, but you're still being deposed as a party, as a witness. And if you're being deposed, then you're part of the case. Like, it would be no different than me witnessing a murder. If I was to witness one of those, then I would be part of the case as a witness. That would be my position. You have a judge, you have a lawyer, you have the plaintiff, you have the defendant, or plaintiffs or defendants. So yeah, you're part of this case as a witness. Interesting.
Being charged with anything.
You made no attempt.
Neither is Michelle. In this case, Michelle's not being charged with anything either. She's charging somebody else with something. Tinkle Tits McGee. Happy Saturday, Tinkle Tits. Good to see you. Good to see you. Been a member for 8 months. Oh my, oh my. Thank you. What if you stand mute and all? Well, they can hold you in contempt. They can hold you in contempt of court, especially if you're subpoenaed to a court. That right there can get you in trouble if you don't answer any of the questions. You know. It happens in even as high up as Congress. They can do a congressional hearing and subpoena you to be there.
To get these documents before appearing for a video deposition today?
Yep.
Again, I'm not on trial here. Your client is.
Never said you were. No,
you made no attempt.
I'm not on trial here. Your client is.
You made no attempts.
I'm only sitting here just to appease you.
Okay, we're going to make another rule here. I won't interrupt you, or I'll try not to if you don't interrupt me. Is that fair?
Go for it.
You made no attempts to bring those videos you just referenced prior to appearing on screen for this video deposition today. Isn't that true?
I'm not in possession of them.
That's interesting.
You made no attempts.
I can't get possession of anything that I don't have.
Right.
You're dealing with somebody I divorced 5 years ago.
You said
you get stuff from your ex-wife?
If you remember again, I get to ask the questions.
No, he's not. He's about 3 steps divided from one.
So again, we'll just keep doing this because it's you need to answer.
Keep going.
You made no attempts to talk to Ms. Preston, since you said she has the videos, to have her give you those videos before you appeared for this video deposition today. Isn't that true? You just said that.
I didn't say that.
That's right, Roy.
Then what attempts? Tell us what attempts you made Now we're
Yeah,
making
not
some
salsa.
progress. What attempts did you make to get those videos from Ms. Preston prior to appearing at deposition today?
Again, I'm not in possession of them.
Court reporter, read back the question.
What attempts have you made to get the videos for today?
I'm not in possession of them.
What attempts? You understand when I say attempts, it assumes what you're saying is true, that you're not in possession of them. So
Correct.
say you're not in possession of them, we understand that. There's no need to keep repeating yourself. You're not answering the question. Did you make any attempts to ask Ms. Preston prior to this deposition today?
I'm not in possession.
Again, we interrupt. I thought we were doing well, but I promise I won't interrupt you if you don't interrupt me. I'll do my best. Please do your best not to interrupt me. Did you make any attempts to talk to Ms. Preston about giving those videos that you described earlier?
I can't recall.
All right. At least that's an answer. Fine. Okay. All right. Do you have any history of a felony or a misdemeanor?
Nope. And again, I'm not on trial.
Which one is it?
Did-
Is the answer,
did-
is the answer, which one is it? Is the answer no, or were you trying to say you're not on trial?
I'm not on trial.
So you're taking back your answer no?
Yeah, I'll take it back. I'm not on trial.
So you're refusing to answer
Your
the question?
client is on trial.
Are you refusing to answer the question?
Fine.
What does that mean? Yes,
It
you
means-
are?
It means I'm not on trial.
Do you have any histories of being convicted of a felony or a misdemeanor, sir?
I'm not on trial.
Are you
Your
refusing to answer
client
the question?
is. Your
Are you
client is. Got
Are you
nothing to do with me.
Are you refusing to answer the question?
I answered it.
No, you didn't. You just said
Yeah,
you're
I
not.
did. I'm not on trial.
That's not responsive.
Yes, it is. I'm
No,
not on
No,
trial.
that's not responsive.
Do you have any history of a felony or a misdemeanor convictions in your background?
I'm not on trial.
Okay, I'm going to ask you for the last time, then we'll certify the question. Have you ever been convicted of a felony? Yes or no?
I'm not on trial.
Have you ever been convicted of a felony in the last 10 years? Yes or no?
I'm not on trial.
Have you ever been convicted of a crime that involves dishonesty?
I'm not on trial.
Have you ever pled guilty or
Did
no
you
vote
watch Little
contendere
Woody?
to a felony?
Call.
I'm not on
Yeah.
trial.
Have you ever pled guilty to a crime that involves dishonesty or pled
I'm
no
not
vote
on
contendere to-
trial.
You just interrupted me. He was doing well.
Yeah,
Have you
me-
ever pled guilty or no low contendere to a crime involving dishonesty?
Are you done?
I get to ask the questions. Did you
Well,
answer
that's
that?
why I'm asking you. Are you done?
You
So I
don't
can
get to
answer?
ask questions.
I'm
You don't
not
get
on
to-
trial.
That's your answer?
Yeah.
Okay, and you feel that satisfactorily answers the question?
Yeah, I'm not on trial. Your client is. Why don't you ask him
Reporter,
about-
all of
why
these
don't you ask
questions,
him about
sir,
how many times he's been served with stuff?
to the court reporter, all of those questions regarding his criminal background are to be certified, and we're going to rush order this transcript.
Go for it.
Okay.
Wow.
Do you know, were you married to someone named, let's start
Could
from the
be.
beginning. You said Illinois, so were
I'm
you-
not on trial. I will not get into my own personal life, so you might as well just zip right by him.
we're not doing anything. I get to ask the questions, you get to answer them, and if you don't answer them, we will see what the court says. Okay? So, do you have a history of domestic violence?
No.
Do you know who Lori Cook is or was?
My ex-wife.
Do you ever have any domestic violence cases against Lori Cook or involving Lori Cook and yourself?
Again, I'm not on trial.
Are you refusing to answer the question, yes or no?
Again, I'm not on trial.
Are you refusing to answer the question, yes or no?
I did answer it. I'm not on trial.
Certify the question. All right, let's talk about Miss Preston. When was the first time you met Miss Preston? And she's the petitioner in this
Yeah, he's
case.
being an ass.
Again, why do you need to know my personal life?
I asked you about her. When did you first meet her?
I don't know, about 10 years ago.
All right, how?
Sheesh. We were chatting, I think, online.
Okay. Thereafter, the relationship started. Did you marry her? You said ex-wife. When did you marry Miss Preston?
I have no clue.
Are you still married to her?
Nope.
How long have you been divorced?
I don't know, about 5 years.
Okay.
Jeez,
When did you
Kevin.
first move in with Miss Preston?
Oh,
I don't know.
Where were
Did
you?
you move in with your?
well, basically, they're certifying what he means whenever he says that. They're certifying is it was non-responsive. That's what he means by certifying the question. Every time that he answers something other than yes, no, I don't know, certifies it as non-responsive. Ever at a corn shucking event? That's a possibility. Oh, I bet that was a rough one. Cornelio, he's trying. Oh yeah, off his ex-wife. There you go. Moved in with your now husband in March of 2009. Wow, that's pretty cool. Poor Jeremy's lawyer. No, I mean this is part of being an attorney. I mean,
Ex-wife.
Again, you just don't see. You don't get to ask the questions. It just delays things. So
No
again, let
clue.
me ask you. You have no clue. That's an answer.
yeah, see?
So you've known her about 10 years. Is that right?
Yeah.
In your opinion, is she a truthful person?
Yes.
Has she ever lied to you?
No.
Okay. Where did you live with her when you first moved in with her?
Port Charlotte.
Port Charlotte. Okay. Where did you graduate high school?
Ken, you can. I'm not giving out my personal stuff.
You're refusing to answer that question?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, he has
Do you have
every
any
right to do that.
education beyond high school?
Again, it's none of your bit. I'm not on trial.
These two questions are going to be certified as well.
Go for it. Certify them all.
Do you hold any licenses other than the driver's license?
Motorcycle license.
Anything else?
Nope.
So it's a motorcycle only license?
Yeah.
Jeez.
You're not allowed to drive a car?
Again, that's common sense.
Is that yes? You're not allowed to drive a car?
I can drive a car.
So why do you have, is it a specialized license for motorcycles?
Yeah, it's like an add-on.
Okay. So you have a motorcycle plus an operator's license, right?
Yes.
It's just he doesn't believe us. I don't know.
Do you know anything about Ms. Preston being court ordered?
Well, but he is correct here, and you can't put him in jail for him refusing to answer questions at a deposition. They just move on, ask the next question, and that's really it. Can I hurt him? I hope not. Please don't hurt him. Like don't bother him at all. I think no. Well, yeah. Yeah, probably. He probably is okay with that.
I'm sorry, let's strike that. Let's start again. Do you know that Ms. Preston, while she was living with you, was permitted to have supervised visitation in a court order
That's
with her
wild,
grandchildren?
Kevin. I don't know if that's true or not.
I make an objection under Rule
I don't know anything about
12.310D. I don't believe that this has any relevance to this case whatsoever. If you wish to make a case,
Answer.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, Mr. Shockett. if I may
You
say
just say
that.
objection to form. I don't believe in speaking objections.
Excuse me, Mr. Shockett. I'm not objecting to the form of the question. I'm objecting under Rule 12.310D. Pursuant to that rule, The deposition will terminate as to this subject matter until it is taken before the court on proper motion.
Okay. I asked him, do you know? So I'm not going to get in discussion with you.
Yeah,
I
he
agree,
needs
sir.
to
There
step
will,
out
there will
of
be no
this.
discussion. I have made the motion. The rule is clear.
Sir,
We
you
will abide by the
know,
rule.
I was worried about this kind of speaking objection stuff, but we're gonna move on. Sir, do you know someone named Paul Bloom?
What?
Do you know a man named Paul Bloom? He works as a child protective investigator for
Roy.
DCF.
No.
Well, you guys know more about this stuff than I do. I don't stalk people like that kind of information. I mean, if they did, okay. I mean, I don't know. I stay out of I don't care that much about their personal relationship. Ooh, that's just weird, creepy, but
Have
funny.
you, as DCF, when I say DCF, it's Department of Children and Families in the state of Florida, has DCF ever visited your property in Otter Creek, Florida?
Yeah, he keeps having the people call in on us 11 times and 11 times, never found a problem.
So, DCF has been there 11 times?
It went to the governor's office, and the governor cleared us.
DCF has been there 11 times since you've been to Otter Creek? Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Who do you know is causing these DCF visits to your home?
Jeremy Hale states on a, I seen it somewhere. He states
Well, you don't watch his
that
video. Do you watch his video?
He states that he's done it and he's encouraged his fans to do it.
Oh, so you're taking
along with IRS, Fish and Game, everything else. So
okay. So
if
why
you're
do
gonna
they
get into those questions? Get into those. I can answer them real quick.
Do you know of anyone else that?
Governor.
Well, wait. Did DCF tell you that Mr. Hales reported you?
Yep.
Did DCF tell you anyone else reported you?
He's got thousands of people calling them and wasting government time.
Did DCF? We're wasting deposition time. If you listen to my question and answer them, did DCF tell you that Jeremy Hales reported you to DCF?
I don't know.
Did DCF
call
tell
it
you
the Church
that
of
anyone
Falls.
else reported you to DCF?
Again, Michelle talks to DCF.
I thought you did.
I overheard.
I don't know. I hadn't seen those.
You've never spoken? Okay, is it your testimony?
See, that's the thing. I don't watch all of Jeremy's stuff. I mean, if he did, interesting. But we'll clear them on his last day of office. That's probably right. Oh man. Oh.
Have they asked me questions like he's had me come in and these ridiculous things? Yes, I've had to answer some questions with them.
Okay. And when you say he, you just not, maybe you don't know his name. Do you know his name is Paul Bloom?
No, I've had there's been at least 6 workers that I've seen out here that Michelle's talked to.
Okay. Have you only talked to one gentleman? You keep saying he.
No, it's a she.
Okay. So you don't know Mr. Okay, so your testimony, now listen to this question. Have you ever spoken with a male child protective investigator with DCF in relation to this case?
There were 2 males out here, and I can't answer that because I can't remember if I talked to them.
That is absolutely correct. As far as I know, Department of Children and Family Services does not say who reported. It could be anybody. They don't give out that information. The reason they don't give out that information is for cases like this. In case there's wanting someone to have some sort of retribution. Do they suspect? Yeah, you can suspect, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they did it. Content. Yes. Contempt. Yeah. Same in Canada. That's usually how it is. Contempt. Well, no, they if I'm not mistaken, for a deposition they can't, but you would treat it the same as you would a courtroom. They just put it down as non-responsive.
One thing I'll tell you, in spite of what's going on here, everyone on this video right now will tell you we're all here seeking the truth. It's not a game.
Oh,
It's okay.
shit.
And if the truth is that if the truth is that you really can't remember, then that's the truth. That's a good answer. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that answer. It's not like a college test or high school test where there is a penalty for guessing. I don't want you to guess. So if the truth is you don't know or don't remember, that's great. So is it possible that Mr. Paul Bloom spoke with you, but you just didn't know his name?
Possibility. Don't know.
Oh, there we go. So I'm going to ask you some other people.
Nice lawyer. That's true.
I don't know these people's names, so if you want to babble them on up, I'll say I don't know.
No. I'm going to ask you people that live in different areas. Like, do you know someone named Jess Monford in Otter Creek?
Jess Monford. Jessica Monford. Name sounds familiar. I don't know.
Huh. Yeah, see, I don't know about
So you don't know Jess
stuff like that.
Montford?
Again, I just answered you.
I didn't hear you. You broke up. What? You do know?
I said the name sounds familiar, but I don't.
Okay.
I don't know.
Do you know that Jess Montford reported you and Miss Preston to DCF?
Oh, you know what? I actually know her. She's sitting in a Michelle had her that one come over and do some work here, and she's sitting in a Georgia jail right now. Now I know the name.
Okay. So do you know that Jess Montford reported you to DCF?
Correct. After Michelle threw her off the property. Yep.
What are you okay? So do you know the day that Michelle threw off the property?
No.
Then how do you know that she reported you to DCF after Michelle threw off the property?
Because she put up her own name. The DCF.
Right. So how do you know? Do you know what date that was?
Nope. Why don't you ask him?
So why would you sit there and say that she reported you to DCF after Michelle kicked her off the property? And Michelle, you mean Miss Preston, right?
Correct.
So how do you know that she reported you to DCF after she got kicked off the property?
Because DCF showed up here.
That's
and said she reported us.
Right. But the date, you said
how the hell did you got the date? You obviously talked to them. I don't know.
Okay, let's ask you, what date did Michelle kick her off the property? If you say you don't,
I know.
What? That's right. So how can you sit there and say that she reported you to DCF after Michelle kicked her off the property if you don't know the date that Michelle kicked her off the property? Isn't it possible that
because they showed up after we kicked her off the property?
So you think the DCF runs on a dime? They immediately show up at your property when someone calls?
Yes, they have to.
Yes.
Okay.
It's their job.
You don't know the day that Michelle kicked off the property, right?
No.
Well, in this case, Michelle dismissed. So that's something to also keep in mind, that this case is done. It's over. This deposition of the case is over. Done. No more. Oof, gone. There's two other cases where they've gone after DUI guy, DJ Radis, George, Jeremy. There's one that's using their likeness or something like that. I've following a little bit of it. I've got, the documents, but he's a fine specimen of a man. There you go, Melody. If that's what you like, hey, you have at it. DC, actually, not supposed to unless that person requests that their name be used. I mean, you can do it anonymously, I guess. I don't know. See, I've never done a report to DCF. To me, that just seems ridiculous. If I saw something, then I would report it, but that would be me, like, seeing something personally. That's the only way that I would do that. Don't make me vomit. I didn't say it. It was It was Melody that said it was a fine specimen of a man. Yeah, keep going. Oh.
Okay. All right.
Take a look on your paperwork, see when DCF came on out
I
here.
don't know the date.
And then,
I don't know.
And then go 1 day back.
1 day back? Okay. Gotcha.
One or 2 days back, because that's when DCF comes out.
Did you when you lived in Northport, Florida before coming to Otter Creek, right?
My life's not important in Northport.
You and Michelle Preston, Miss Preston, lived in Northport, Florida before coming to Otter Creek, correct?
I live in Northport, yep.
Okay. Did you ever have DCF contact you or Miss Preston while you lived in Northport, Florida? Are you talking to somebody?
No, I'm thinking out loud.
Okay.
Was DCF ever over at my Northport house? Yeah, we had to take possession of, or Michelle took possession of her grandchildren.
All right, that's a yes to the question. So do you know someone named Samantha Wilson from Northport, Florida?
Samantha Wilson. Hell no.
Do you know Catherine Wilson in Northport, Florida?
No.
Do you know Connie Bruni in Northport, Florida?
Crazy Connie? Yeah, I do.
What is she a truthful person?
Nope.
Was she lied to you?
She's so mad at me, I had her thrown off the Republican.
Yeah, true.
She was the top Republican volunteer. And because of her corruption, we caught her and we got her thrown off. She don't like me.
In retaliation,
she don't like me.
Okay, in retaliation for that, she called DCF?
Yep.
Wow. I had no idea. Hold on just a second. I got to do something really super quick. And let me fix this. Here we go. And there, that's much better. All right, let's continue on.
What about Miss Preston's daughter, Michelle Preston? Has she called DCF on you guys while you're up in here in Otter Creek?
All right.
Not that I'm
you
aware
have
of.
a good one. It was good seeing you. You have a wonderful day. We will see you again very soon. Come back. Later. Tomorrow night, you should come by tomorrow night, Veruca. Tomorrow night's going to be spicy chat. The Legend of Sleepy Hollow with some of the best voices on the interwebs. John made Facebook, I believe, videos calling George and sending a picture. Oh, wow. Well, see, I can't confirm any of that.
Okay. So you said that DCF came out 11 times before you got cleared? Is that what I heard you say?
Yeah, before the governor cleared us.
So 11 times. What happened? Why did it take 11 times to clear you, if you know?
Because they kept making up stories and changing them until they ran out of stories.
And do you know which one?
No. Ask CPS.
Did you ever have like an outdoor bucket that you, by the way, are you the adopted father?
Nope.
Okay. We call it, what do you take care of the daughter currently?
I watch her.
You watch her. Okay.
But it's here.
Did you ever have, sorry, one second. I'm going to show you. This is going to be exhibit 2.
Does he acknowledge the governor comment? Doesn't have to. He's asking questions. You know, it's a deposition is a fact-finding part of the case.
Let me show you if you can identify this. If you've seen it or not, just let us know. This is exhibit 2. Have you seen this? Do you know what this is?
I'm not pulling out of J. Levy.
Could be. That's that. What do you call it?
That could put you. That could put you into a lot of trouble. Just saying.
Composting toilet.
Where is that currently in your house right now?
No, actually, we have plumbing right here in the RV.
But you recognize this as a toilet that you used before in Otter Creek, Florida?
I've never used it.
Has it been in your property in Otter Creek, Florida? This Exhibit 2, which is a bucket toilet?
It's a composting toilet.
Has it been in your home in Otter Creek, Florida?
Has it been in my RV? No.
Has it been on your property?
I have plumbing that runs into a septic system.
Right. Do you recognize this compost toilet, as you're calling it? Where was it on your property, not in your RV?
I know, Jay Levy. I know it was supposed to be funny. I just had to be careful of certain things.
Shower?
What?
It's an enclosure area.
Is there carpeting in that area?
It's got partial carpeting, but it's tile. It's cement. Brick.
Is this exhibit that you see here, this toilet, is this currently on your property in Otter Creek, Florida?
I don't know.
Well, and the judge ordered this. The judge ordered this deposition, and he's being difficult with it. Outdoor shower. Hey, you got them all over Florida and South Georgia. I mean, you get near the beach and you get those.
For sure on that one, but it's something I don't use. I use indoor plumbing, so does she. So
why do you have this on your property? Or why did you ever have this on your property?
It's not mine. If you want a question, ask Michelle.
I'm asking you. It's on your property.
I don't have to. I told you. See this right behind this wall here? I have indoor plumbing. This is what I use. I have an indoor shower. I have everything right here.
Right. So
right.
Let's talk about DCF again. Did DCF ever tell you that you need to stay in your camper RV and be separate from the child?
Nope.
So does the child sleep in the RV with you at night?
All right, that's enough. I'm making a motion pursuant to Rule 12.310D to terminate this examination until such time as the judge can rule on the fact that this is absolutely harassing and serves no legitimate purpose. So this examination.
No, that served a very legitimate purpose. That was asking if the child slept in that camper. Shared the camper with him. Not insinuating anything, not questioning anything, just asking a question. All he had to say was yes or no. I mean, there's a possibility that the child stays there, as does Lynette, in which case that would mean that the child has indoor plumbing and uses indoor plumbing. How is that a bad thing? This is a fact-finding thing, and whoever this attorney, I guess it's Mark Feather, came in. Why is he there if he doesn't represent? And no, you don't have to terminate. He can't make that call. It's to prove or disprove her lies. Correct.
Examination terminates right now.
You don't have authority to do that. You know that, right? He's not your client.
Sir, if you would read the relevant rule, I'm making a motion pursuant to.
Okay.
Good to see you.
You're making a motion for to terminate the deposition.
Until such time as the judge can rule on my objection that this deposition is being taken for the purpose of harassing the deponent, and it is being taken in bad faith.
No, it's
until
not.
such time as the judge rules upon that motion, this deposition will be suspended.
No,
I totally agree.
We are staying. You're trying to make a motion.
DHS caseworkers told her. I can't confirm any of that. And I stay out of the middle of that stuff. That would be something to do with CPS. And I don't know. I'm only pulling up what I see in in the on the videos. Other than that, I stay away from that other stuff.
We're going to call the judge right now, sir.
Silverman.
Okay.
Yes. Gotcha.
Don't hang up.
Hi.
And if we can't get the judge, you need to make a complete motion for protective order. I'll refer you to those rules as well. And you need to do it in writing as soon as possible. And we are going to move for fees as well under the same rule.
So he was there the whole time. She was in there the whole time. Yep, shows that she's there right there, listening the whole time.
Hi, you've reached Shay in Judge DePalnis's office. I am unavailable to take your call. Please leave your name, number, and a brief message.
Okay, Mr. Silverman, make your motion on the record, please. If you're done, just say you're done.
I made my motion on the record.
Okay. We are moving also for attorney's fees on the record as well. And let this be noted that this is a very time-sensitive deposition that was scheduled by Judge Thomasis in a very narrow manner. The attorney, who is not even the attorney for the witness, is now wrongfully assuming, instead of even saying, don't answer the question, which he can't do, but he's now terminating a deposition in its early phases, and we only had 3 hours to do this. So we're going to move for fees as well, and we'll see you before the judge.
Yeah.
Goodbye, everyone.
Ta-ta.
Mr. Stockton, do you still want this ordered? The time is 1:53 p.m. and we're off record.
Oof. There it was. There it was. That was his whole deposition in this case. Nothing more than that. Interesting. Yeah, I mean it's a crazy thing. It's a crazy thing. I've got more, but not tonight. You just have to wait for it. You just have to wait for it. They dropped the case because they know they were lying. I don't know. All I know is they dropped the case, and it was dropped pretty damn quick, like a hot potato. And after they dropped that case, then they went after, well, and I think they wanted to make sure that they could get paid money, from what I understand, is and that could be I could be incorrect in what I'm saying, but it sounded to me like the reason that this case that it was dropped is because of a certain attorney got involved in this case and wanted to go after people that might have money. Yeah. So don't know. I'm following that elsewhere. But yeah, that was our wonderful Salve Sit evening. Good stuff. I enjoy you guys. You guys are awesome. I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to go get some rest. I've got to cut some steel tomorrow. Do some welding. Build a what do you call it? A railing. Yeah. I've got to go get some good wood for it too. Get some good wood. Get some kiln dried wood to build this banister so it matches up the rest of the stuff. Y'all think Jeremy's awful because he doesn't tell everything? Okay. That's a possibility. The possibility he doesn't tell everything. But you also have to understand there's probably a reason why he doesn't tell everything. Doesn't mean good or bad. Just showing what I see. But hey, you're welcome to have that opinion. Swear that spiral, Jeremy, I built. There you go. Wonderful stuff. Everybody have a wonderful night, and I will see you guys. See you guys tomorrow night. Peace, y'all.
Running through the maze, I affect the pain, chasing what only a dream, break from the scheme. Waking up at dawn, all my fears are gone, all set today, never, never, not today. Compromise, rise above it all, not gonna fall. Step by step I go, faster than the flow, broke through every chain, I will not be contained.